Hey, this is Rick with RJ's Pro, and I am here with a veteran of spring training here in Peoria, Corey Brock, writer for Padres.
Thanks for having me come out here. You'll notice Rick isn't wearing a jacket. Why don't you tell everybody how warm it is today?
It's a little chilly.
Everyone thinks that Arizona is kind of the be-all, end-all. Let's come over here and get warm, but
it's very surprising. But here's the thing. What we want to talk about with Corey is spring training. What we want to know is, what are some of the best places to eat for a first-timer who's never been here before in spring training?
Well, I think the thing you got to be careful of here in Peoria is there's a main road out here. It's called Bell Avenue, and it runs from here to like the Grand Canyon. Something ridiculous. It's long. And on this road, you'll find now the sun comes out. That's interesting. It's warm. No, you'll find every chain restaurant known to mankind. Now, if you come over here to Arizona, do yourself a favor. Do me a favor. Do Rick a favor. And Bo, do not go to chain restaurants. Try something different. Try something unique. There's a good steak place over here. It's actually a chain. It's a small chain. It's called Firebirds. It's across the street here in Peoria. It's pretty good. But yeah, stay away from that. Stay away from, or to go there, stay away from like the Olive Garden. Chances are there's a line outside about 40 deep, about 10 in the morning when they open. You don't want anything to do with that. Find some good Mexican food if you can. Ask the locals where the hot spots are. It may involve you leaving Peoria, sadly enough. This isn't a real mecca of fine food, drink, and culture. You may have to expand your horizons. Maybe head over to Scottsdale a little bit. Scenery might be better there anyway. So I would advise that. At Firebirds, that's kind of a sleeper place for me. That's where I go to get a steak. It's nice and quiet.
It's a go-to place, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you're a lover of craft beers.
Yes.
Where is some good places to get some drinks here?
Well, I tell you what, if you're coming over here, look at it. Hey, we almost got hit by a foul ball. There it goes. There goes Rick. Hey, we didn't stage that.
There we go. Look at that.
Yeah, we didn't stage
that direction. I don't know where it came from.
And that just happened. But anyway, so
very professional of RJ's Pro.
Never mind, I just walked through the shot. Mariner fan.
Yeah, Mariner fan.
So yeah, beer. Now, if you're coming over here for a few days and you're in a hotel or condo or whatever, there's a good place on 75th and Bell here called Total Wine. It's kind of like the Costco of booze. Not just wine, but they have a lot of good craft beer there. And they allow you to kind of mix and match your six-pack, so you can get different bottles of different beers. It's great. Because there are some good beers that you can't find in San Diego and the state of California. Odell from Fort Collins, I'm a real big fan of. You can't get that in California. We're spoiled, of course, in San Diego with all the good beers we have.
Hey, top city in America for microbrews.
Exactly. And there's a place down in Glendale, down there, the hockey arena and football stadium, called the Yard House. I think there's one in downtown San Diego, actually. Pretty good selection across the board of beers. You know, the food, it's kind of hit and miss, but there are some options out here. People are going to want to push Corona Lights or Coronas in front of you, which is fine on a warm day. This today doesn't qualify, probably, but there are some places here. We have much better luck back in San Diego finding good beer, but if you hunt around a little bit, Total Wine, Yard House, those are your best bets.
Cool. So for people bringing the family, the kids and everything, what are some of the places, like they go on back on the practice field, what are some of the places where the kids can get like autographs, and the best place to really give them the full spring training experience?
Yeah, I think one of the unique things about spring training is the morning workouts are open to the public, and you can get pretty close and you can get a chance to get autographs. You want to probably get over there maybe around 10 in the morning. We are in the games now, so the morning workouts won't last nearly as long as they did the first 2 weeks of spring training. So if you get over there from maybe 10 to 11:30, and there's also an area out here in Peoria, out beyond the right field fence where the players leave by foot after the game or after they're done playing in the game. And you can line up along the fence there and get some autographs there. Players are usually very amenable to signing autographs, especially this time of the year. So from a player interaction standpoint, this is kind of the place to be. Once the season starts, your options for getting any kind of autographs are pretty limited, and players are pretty busy. So here's your best spot. So I would check the morning workouts, and I would check players as they come to and as they leave the game.
Cool. Also, being that this isn't the only ballpark in Arizona, what are some of the best ballparks that you've been to that people have to come see when they come to Arizona?
Well, the beauty is in the past 4 or 5 years we've seen a lot of more teams come to Arizona now just because it's financially it's such a better deal for them. There's not nearly as much travel between cities as it is in Florida. So we've seen some new ballparks crop up. Two of my new favorites are in Goodyear, where the Indians and the Reds train. Is a nice ballpark. It's a sunken field, and it's really neat. I like the landscape and some of the brickwork they've done there. The ballpark in Glendale, which is just a little south here of Peoria, where the Dodgers and White Sox are, beautiful facility. And the other one you want to check out, I haven't been there yet, the Padres go there Friday, is this Talking Stick, north Scottsdale, so that's east of here. And that's where the Diamondbacks and the Rockies are now. It's supposed to be a beautiful facility. If I was really smart, I'd be able to tell you how much it costs, but I know it's way more money than any of us will ever make in our lifetime. But no, just a beautiful facility, and it's neat. You know, I think you're seeing a lot of new ballparks pop up, and you know, they're money makers for these teams. You know, a lot of people are able to escape cold weather to get down here. That's not for us necessarily, but Cleveland. I used to cover the Mariners, so folks from Seattle will come down here. That's why you'll always see a lot of Mariner fans down here. It's a chance to get out of the bad weather. But yeah, some of these ballparks are beautiful. I mean, they're you know, it's like a smaller version of some of these nicer big league ballparks. In some cases, a little bit nicer.
So we've already covered food, we've covered drink, and we've covered baseball. What else is there to do in Arizona? Is there anything to do?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think you hit on the first three. You know, you could play golf over here if that's your deal. We're kind of at a point where rates are starting to climb up a little bit. I'm horrible at golf, so I'll go play a little par 3 once in a while. You know, there are some fun things to do here. I mean, the Suns play here. Oh, the hockey arena is just down the road. If you know, obviously in San Diego, we don't have that opportunity to see any hockey. But yeah, there's some things that pop up. But you know, you could split your time up accordingly pretty well here, especially if you look at schedules. There seems to be a lot more night games over here in the Valley now than there ever has been. So in some cases, you could hit 2 games a day. So, and then you mix in hitting a workout in the morning, and you could pretty much clean up, especially if the kids are looking for autographs or anything along that nature. So yeah, it's baseball driven. I mean, we don't have the ocean here. You know, we're kind of encumbered a little bit by our options, but yeah, you can still have a good time out here.
And being a veteran of spring training out here in Arizona, since you covered the Mariners, you covered the Padres for years now, what are some tips that that say people like us who've been here a couple times, but you've been here numerous times, anything you could like tell us that's like, you know, top secret that you have to do?
Well, I would say, you know, especially the way these games kind of play out, as you guys will notice today and in the future, you know, you see a lot of starters, frontline players in the game early on. Maybe they'll get a couple at-bats, and then you'll see them sneak off after a while to go pursue other interests, golf maybe, or craft beer, I don't know. But yeah, so it all depends. It's kind of, if you want to see those guys, you come to the games early, and maybe you could leave after a while. Or if you want to watch some of the prospects, it's kind of fun to stick around the bitter end. I should say bitter end. But sometimes these games run a little long. But it's fun. You see, you know, you'll have number 75 playing second base, number 98 pitching. But it's a good opportunity to see some young guys, especially since the Padres have some pretty good minor leaguers now, especially after the Adrian Gonzalez trade. We might even see Anthony Rizzo today. Casey Kelly will pitch in some of these games. Raymond Fuentes, he's not here yet. The minor leaguers report on March 4th. But yeah, it's a good time to maybe see some of the up-and-coming young players.
Well, I think that about covers it for our Spring Training 101 with Corey Brock. Follow the Padres on Twitter and Padres.com. And that's it. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Enjoyed it.